What it do, YouTube? It's me. I'm reacting to creepypasta by Keep Make Pasta. Every year, a student at my school went missing. I found out why. Now, I'm already regretting doing this, but I see a bunch of people doing this, so I'm going like hell. Hell, why not? So let's do it.
I'm currently writing
And the link for the channel will be in the description.
this on a cheap burner phone, 2 towns over from where my school is. I'm in hiding. I know they're coming after me, and I know they can track me. That's why, by the time I'm posting this, I'll already be in some other state.
Oh.
Canada, maybe. I don't know. I just have to tell this story somewhere. Someone needs to know. I went to a pretty bad high school. In my town, there are 2 different schools for each grade level. One for the rich, and one for the poor. There was no in between.
Wow.
Point is, no one important goes to my school. I always thought it was weird that our school wasn't too much worse than the private school. We had similar facilities, sure. Their teachers were probably better, but even without much state funding, we never lagged behind when it came to computers, books, sport equipment, or anything else.
They sell the kids.
Weird things never happened to the kids on the other side of town though. Over here, we have 2, sometimes 3 students go missing every year.
Yeah, they sell
Always around June.
They sell their body parts. That's how they afford everything. That's my thing. That's what I think that's gonna happen. Hell no. And if that was me, I probably moved. Forget all that.
Right at the end of the school year. It's like clockwork, I swear. No one could ever figure it out. Police have no idea. No one knows. In fact, every year in June, we are pretty much on lockdown 24/7, in school and out of it. Kids always went missing during the day. They said they were probably taken on the way to school or on their way home. I know the truth. The reason I got to where I am is so damn stupid. I fell asleep. Not in class, but in the bathrooms. There was only 10 minutes left of class, so I just went to look at my phone until the day was out. Next thing I knew, it was nearly 8 p.m. and I was well rested. I thought I was fine at this point. My parents had a dinner date, and so they wouldn't be home until 10. I'd just have to walk home before then and not get abducted.
Pull out the strap.
It was.
If that was me, I probably would have kept a knife on me. Because the school's already sound like it sucks. So they probably won't care now. Be understandable.
Wasn't so simple.
Yeah.
Making my way out of the cubicle, I opened the bathroom door into an unlit, eerie hallway. It was late evening. Not too dark to see, but not bright enough to make it easy. As I walked down the hallway, I began to feel uneasy. Something wasn't right. I felt anxious, like someone was watching me. I know it's a cliche, but that's how I felt. Probably why I was shocked so much when I saw someone walking down the hall towards me.
Bruh, hell no.
I ducked into a space between lockers, hoping, praying they didn't catch a sight of me. Luckily, whoever it was walked right past without even a sideways glance. I'm a curious guy. I can't help it.
Bro, that's why you're messing up. Don't be curious. Just go home.
So, the first thing that came to mind was what was this person doing walking around a school at night?
None of your business. None of my business. Bro, each time I watch some of these, I feel like I'm being watched. So I'm still up.
So, naturally, I decided to follow them.
That's where you messed up.
I wish I didn't.
Yeah.
Making their way down the hallway, they made a right turn and walked towards the doors that led out into the patio area adjacent to the auditorium, which was where they were headed. When I saw them enter the auditorium, I didn't hear loud music or see
Wait, them? I thought it was him. But I missed something.
Be much light, so it's not like there was some school function I'd missed. They entered the building in a pretty weird way, looking over their shoulder and knocking before someone from inside let them in. At this point, I just had to know. So I walked around the side to take a peek through the windows. Looking in, I saw a strange scene. It looked like how a comedy club was set up. Tables dotted the floors, each occupied by couples. At the front, there was a speaking lectern and 2 poles sprouting up out of the ground, each maybe 6 foot high. Around the building, there was a series of waiters serving food, what looked to be some kind of chicken and a salad.
Okay.
I recognized people in the crowd. There were several of our teachers, including my history teacher, Mr. James, who was always nice to me,
Oh,
even if I was a dick in class.
hell no, man.
I also saw the head county sheriff, but most notably, I saw my own parents.
Oh my god, no.
I suppose they weren't lying when they said they were going out to dinner. But why here? Then,
Oh, the eating kids. Oh no. Oh man. Either eating kids or they're selling them. Man, this is that.
the
Whatever.
principal walked on stage, Mrs. Strauss.
Strauss. Who's that heard that for? Strauss. Strauss. Oh. Red Dead Redemption.
She was an older lady, and a bit of a cow in all honesty. Anyway, as she made her way up onto the stage and in front of the lectern, the already reasonably quiet audience went silent. I welcome you all here to the annual school auction.
Oh my.
As I'm sure you already know, prices start off at $120,000.
Bro, they got him from an auction. I'm betting that. But actually, don't quote me on that. Nah, I don't have any money to lose. Or
What
give.
the hell is this? I thought. What could they be auctioning that's worth so much? Is this why our school could afford all the things we had?
They selling the peoples.
These thoughts all went away in an instant, replaced with a deep sense of dread. The head of PE, Mr. Sanders, walked onto the stage. Over his shoulders, gagged, was tied Hannah, a girl I knew from my calculus class. He dumped her down in front of the pole and then proceeded to tie her up despite her best efforts to free herself. And so, here's our first specimen for sale tonight, my principal said. She sounded excited, as if she had been waiting for this moment, practicing in front of a mirror. I felt sick. Hannah Browntree, 17 years of age, 137 pounds, 5'6" and healthy. She was donated by her parents, who couldn't be here tonight, but they did give a reason for their choice. I quote, Hannah was a lovely girl, but with another little one on the way, we needed some extra funds. So why not
Bro, that's bull. Oh. Oh, bro. Oh, no. I feel. Oh, man. Oh, man. Why? I know it's might be fake, but if it's real, I'll be out, man.
sell
Oh,
her for a good cause? Happy bidding.
happy
I'll
just-
remind you that once she is sold, it's up to the owner what they want to do with her. I gagged. How could someone sell their own child? I sat down when the bidding started. I couldn't watch. I sat in shock for a good 5 minutes. This is why so many of our students were going missing. And my parents knew. How could they go along with it? I couldn't just let this slide. I had to help in some way. Get Hannah out. After they finished, Mr. Sanders came back to manhandle Hannah into the drama office, a room behind the stage. After I saw him drop her in there, and then walked out, I knew what I had to do. Walking around to the other side of the building wasn't hard. I just had to stay below the windows that ran along the side of the building. It was a cold night, but I was sweating bullets. I was sure that if I was found, I'd be killed, or maybe sold in an impromptu auction. Eventually, I made it round back. Obviously, the door into the drama office was locked, but there was a window big enough for a person. The only issue was, how was I going to break it and not alert everyone inside? Looking in, I saw that there were 2 kids in there now. Hannah was curled up in a ball, facing the corner, and a boy whose face I couldn't quite make out in the dark sat with his back against the wall. I knocked on the window and they both looked up. I motioned to see if there was any way they could open it from the inside, but it didn't look like there was. Screw it. Time to break it and hope for the best. I don't think it could have gone any worse. The window smashed.
I mean, if he didn't get caught, so if he did get caught, then yeah, that's the worst way. But if he didn't, hey, that's an ending you can walk away from. It's a good ending.
Loud enough to wake the dead. Even so, Hannah managed to make it out before Mr. Sanders and 2 other men rushed inside to hold down the other boy.
Oh well.
We couldn't go back.
Oh well, survival of the fittest.
We ran out of the back of the school, through the teacher's car park, and out into the main road. Behind us, I could hear them getting closer. I deduced that the best way to get away would be to run through the backyards of some houses and into the fields that surrounded the town. Running through, the teachers, particularly Mr. Sanders, was still hot on our trail. No one seemed to even notice us, which, looking back, isn't too weird considering most of the staff of the school lived pretty close by. Eventually, we made it to the fields in what would be record speed should running from your teachers be a hobby. But then Hannah tripped and twisted her ankle.
That's our fault.
I got her up onto her feet, but was spear tackled by another teacher. I knew this was my fight or flight moment. I could stay here and maybe overpower him, but in the end get captured, or just run away without Hannah. I chose the latter.
Oh, sucks.
I expect my parents now know. I expect everyone who was there that night knows who I am, what I've seen. I can't call the police. I can't do anything. They're coming after me. I know it. My bank account was just frozen by my parents, so buying a plane ticket and leaving isn't on the cards. Not that I could afford one anyway. But, as I said, by the time you're seeing this, I'll either be dead or far, far away from where I am now. I'm sorry I couldn't save you, Hannah.
Welp. God dang. Hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you liked it, like and subscribe and all that stuff, I guess. Man, it was weird. How do you stop that? Oh, okay, that's stuff. So you don't have to see us next time. I'll work it out on your own. Peace.